Welcome to the Balanced Hormones Empowered Women podcast. I'm your host, Abby Vallejo, holistic licensed healthcare practitioner, registered dietitian, certified personal trainer, and health coach. And what I do is I teach women of all ages how to align their diet, their lifestyle, and their exercise with their hormones in order to unlock their most vibrant health. And this is a feminine-based approach of working smarter, not harder, in order to balance your hormones, repair your metabolism, lose weight, and get toned. So today, the topic of this podcast is going to be the 4 supplements that have most helped me with my gym performance to build muscle and basically get toned. So ladies, I just want to say, because I hear so many women out there saying, I want to get toned, but I don't want to get bulky. And I just want to let you in on a little secret right now. In order to get toned, you need to build muscle. That's not cardio. Cardio is good for your cardiovascular system. However, it's not going to build you muscle. If you want to get toned, tone only happens with muscle. So really, when you say I want to be toned, you're saying I want to build healthy muscle. And when we say lean muscle, really all muscle is lean muscle, right? So if you want to get toned, you got to build muscle. How do you do that? It's one of the best ways to prevent aging and to stay young is to build muscle. Such a passion of mine. I spend a lot of time in the gym trying to build muscle for this reason. So what are my 4 supplements that have most helped me with my gym performance? I'm going to clue you in on those right now. So protein, creatine, electrolytes, and magnesium are definitely my top 4. So let me dive into each one of those and tell you a little bit about why, and then what are the forms of those that I take that I've personally had a lot of success with. So protein. I mean, first and foremost, most women are not getting enough. Getting enough protein is so important. Do you know how much protein you're supposed to be getting? I'm going to talk about that. So we need protein to build muscle. Your muscles are literally built out of protein, right? So you need to have enough of that raw material coming in for your body to be able to build muscles out of it. So really, you want to focus on getting, if you're really looking to get toned and build muscle, you want to shoot for getting at least your ideal body weight in grams per day. So I'm at my ideal body weight. That's about 150 pounds for me. I shoot for 150 grams of protein per day. Now, that might sound like a lot if you're not really eating a high protein diet. You're not used to that. You're like, oh my goodness, and not necessarily your body weight, because if you're looking to lose weight, then take what your ideal body weight is, right? So for me, that's 150 pounds, 150 grams of protein per day. Do I meet that every single day? Always? No, sometimes I don't quite get there, but I try, right? It's a good goal. And that's basically what I need to maintain this muscle mass, to maintain my muscles and my protein goals. Reason being is we're looking to shift our body composition. And this is another thing I feel like, women think, oh my gosh, to get that much protein, I have to eat more. And, that sometimes there's some mental blocks there. But really what I have done eating a high protein diet and lifting weights in the gym at least 3 times per week, my weight has actually gone up. So when I started, my kind of default weight when I was younger was always 140. So this is naturally slender. And when I really got serious about weightlifting and eating protein and getting in the gym and, lifting those weights 3 times a week, I went up to 150. However, let me tell you, it was not fat. It was muscle. And that is desirable. Muscle burns calories. It helps us regulate our blood sugar, which helps us burn more calories and, stay lean and healthy. And so you're changing your body composition. So I don't want you to be afraid of putting on muscle, because you are going to put on a little bit of weight when you put on muscle. And that's very common. I've heard many, trainers, personal trainers, fitness experts say the same thing. When they got really serious about fitness, they actually put on weight. However, it was in the form of muscle and their body composition changed. So I'll tell you, even now at 150 pounds instead of 140, my body fat percentage is lower than it used to be, because it's a higher lean muscle mass, lean body mass to body fat ratio. So don't be afraid of that. You need to eat plenty of protein and lift weights, and that really helps you adjust that body weight composition. So you're creating more lean muscle, more lean body mass, and lower body fat percentages. So a good way to, kind of divvy out your protein throughout the day, 30 to 50 grams at meals and post-workout is a really good way to just kind of basic split. So I always tell my clients, protein first. So anytime you're making a plate, you're preparing a meal, what is your protein source? How many grams of protein are in that? If you don't know these days, you can Google it. So many people do like, the Fitness Pal or things like that where they're putting in their macros. You can track it that way. But even if you just want to do it the old fashioned way, take something that you eat on a regular basis, Google it, how many grams of protein are in an egg or in this many pieces of chicken, or, and that will give you the idea, and start building your meals around that protein, 30 to 50 grams at meals and post workout. That really usually for average body weight helps you meet those goals by the end of the day. It also, bonus, doesn't just go to help build muscle, but it also helps keeping you feeling full. So if you're a person that's experiencing lots of cravings, or you feel like you're hungry all the time and you're prone to snacking, if you're eating those protein rich meals, you're going to be so much more satiated and nourished, and you're going to be so much less likely to snack and have cravings for sugar and things like that. So the type of protein that I'm currently loving and that I've been using for quite a while, obviously I'm getting a lot of this through my diet, through, meat and animal products. And then what really helps me achieve my goals is a good quality protein powder. So I like a grass-fed beef powder. I use Prime Protein by Equip. They have a bunch of delicious flavors. They sweeten it with stevia, but there's no sugar. There's like no junk or additives in there. I'm really picky about picking like clean, good quality supplements, and they taste great. So I personally love Prime Protein by Equip. Next, creatine. So creatine monohydrate, it's an organic compound naturally produced in the body that's involved in the production of ATP, which is the primary source of energy for muscles, so for muscle contraction and any type of physical activity. It's one of the most well-studied supplements out there. It's been on the market a very long time. It's very, very safe. And it's not just for bros. I think a lot of times as women, we think, oh man, like creatine, that's for like those bros in the gym. No, it's for you too. I don't want you to think like that. It's just as important for you to help build that lean body mass to be toned and strong, right? So the benefits of creatine are going to be to improve muscular power, strength, and endurance. It also really helps reduce muscle fatigue, so it's great for recovery. And it just overall improves athletic performance. So really solid data in the studies showing all the benefits of creatine rather. Now, the maintenance dose of creatine is going to be 5 grams a day. So if you've never taken creatine before and you start at a maintenance dose of 5 grams a day, it's going to take you about a month to get to the point where your muscles are creatine saturated, where you're starting, then that just means that you have enough that you're really starting to see those benefits that I mentioned. So keep that in mind. It does take about a month of 5 grams a day, and that's usually what most supplements are dosed at. Like I get a creatine powder called Clean Creatine by Clean Athlete. That's clean with a K. And one little scoop is 5 grams. So I'm already doing the maintenance dose at their suggested serving size. And then when you're starting, it takes about a month to really start to see those benefits. But you do really notice that it helps you with your strength, your performance. And you can do it either pre or post workout. So I've heard people, people are always like, oh, should I take it before? Should I take it after my workouts? Honestly, once your muscles are creatine saturated and you're taking it regularly, it doesn't really matter. You're going to see the benefits whether you take it before a workout or after. So that's really your preference. I tend to do it after because I like to do my protein powder after the workout. So I just mix a scoop of creatine in that. And then that's just the perfect kind of rhythm for me. But you're going to get the benefits. And, I want to mention this about protein too. You're getting the benefits as long as you're consuming it on a regular basis. So whether you're eating it before or after a workout, same with protein. You don't have to get all your protein immediately after your workout, as long as you're getting that general, say for me, 150 grams per day. As long as I'm getting that spread out throughout the day on a regular basis, that's going to be enough to replenish my muscles. Just like creatine, if I'm doing those daily 5 grams, no matter when I'm getting them, whether it's before a workout or after, even on a rest day, I'm still getting those benefits. Electrolytes are my other big one. So this is so important, and especially in this day and age when most people are so depleted in minerals, and electrolytes are minerals. The 3 main electrolytes are sodium, magnesium, and potassium. So most people are really depleted in minerals just because soil quality, with our modern agriculture and monocropping, the soils are really depleted. So even our produce, or even organic produce, often is not rich in minerals like it used to be. And you can tell when you taste food, it doesn't have the same flavor. I always give the example, tomatoes. the huge difference between homegrown tomatoes, if you grow tomatoes in your own garden, versus buying tomatoes in the store, at least here in the United States, right? When you buy tomatoes in the store, most often they taste like nothing. Versus, say someone grows them in their garden, you eat those tomatoes and you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot tomatoes tasted so good. I forgot this is actually what a tomato tastes like, right? Has that happened to you? I feel like that's happened to me multiple times. That's the mineral content. They taste better when they have a better mineral content. So just kind of like FYI, I think that's a kind of an interesting factoid there. But we need these minerals for like a million reasons in our body. You need them for energy. So electrolytes, I'm always telling people electrolytes, think electricity. So if you are like fatigued and kind of sluggish and low energy, you need electrolytes, and you also need them for proper muscle function. So, if you get like muscle cramps or to have, proper muscle contraction, you need electrolytes. You also need them for hydration. So we always hear like hydrate, 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 drink your water. But if you drink a ton of water and it doesn't have enough electrolytes in it, you can actually over dilute and oversaturate yourself. So your body, your cells in your body, they actually need minerals in order to be able to absorb water inside the cell. So the minerals kind of shuttle the water that comes in from the outside to the inside of the cell so it can hydrate where it needs to go. And if you don't have enough minerals, that water can just flush on through and not actually hydrate you. So I've seen plenty of women come in who drink a ton of water and they're actually dehydrated because they don't have enough minerals to make that gradient balance to actually bring the water into the cells where they need to go. So a great way to deal with that is to actually supplement with electrolytes. So key. I absolutely love electrolytes. My favorite ones are LMNT electrolytes. They're only sweetened with stevia. You can actually even take them. I take them while I'm fasting even. If you've heard my other podcast on intermittent fasting, if you haven't, go check that out. I talk about intermittent fasting for women and how to upregulate your ability to burn fat. These are something that I can have while I'm fasting that don't break my fast. And I've measured it, measured my blood sugar before and after, and I can tell you it does not elevate my blood sugar, but they taste great at the same time. So they're going to be a great source of sodium, magnesium, potassium. Really important. I drink one every workout. I have this in my water bottle. I like to put them with about 32 ounces of water. You can dilute it to basically to suit your taste. For me, that's about the level of dilution that I like. And they're so good. They come in tons of really yummy flavors. I love them. So every workout, or if I'm doing something outside on a hot day, I'm always drinking my electrolytes. Finally, magnesium. So magnesium is, I'm saying this last, but magnesium probably should have gone first. Honestly, it's probably one of the most important minerals for women specifically, just for our overall health. It would be, if I had to reduce my supplements down to just one, I honestly think magnesium would be my top contender. And it's one of the supplements that have made the biggest difference in my life as a woman and as a personal trainer and someone who goes to the gym. So magnesium, not only is it responsible for over 300 chemical reactions in the body, but it also helps us stay calm. So that's a really important one. It helps us relax. It helps our muscles relax. It helps us stay calm. So in this day and age where people tend to run on high stress and be like contracted and just, magnesium is so important. And another thing to know about it is that when you are in a state of high stress, you tend to burn through magnesium. You burn through minerals faster, especially magnesium. So when people are really stressed, they're burning through their magnesium faster and they need it even more. So it's kind of a self-fulfilling cycle. You're really stressed, you're low in magnesium, you're even more stressed, you can't relax, you get muscle cramps kind of thing. So this is a supplement that has just made one of the biggest differences for me in terms of recovery post-workout, and also as a woman with menstrual cramps. The thing that has helped the most in my life for me not to get menstrual cramps, which I really don't even get anymore these days, is good levels of magnesium, and that's helping prevent muscle cramps, and just makes such a difference in my recovery from the gym. I can tell the difference if I have not taken magnesium versus when I take magnesium, how much faster my recovery time is and how much less muscle soreness I have when I have good levels of magnesium. So I know that I mentioned that in the electrolytes, there usually is a bit of magnesium in there. That's not enough in and of itself, though, especially if you're low in magnesium overall. So yes, I do the electrolytes every day. That has a little bit of magnesium in it, but I also do additional magnesium, and that's where I really see all of those benefits like I talked about, with better recovery and no more muscle cramps and just feeling more calm and relaxed in general. So for magnesium, you really want to shoot for like 400 milligrams of magnesium per day. I think like in the element, there's about 60 grams. So, that's only a tiny portion of my overall daily needs. So I'm shooting for at least 400 milligrams of magnesium a day. You might need more depending on where you're at in your cycle or if you're really stressed. And then the types of magnesium also really matter. So there are multiple different types that are sold in supplements out there, and there's some that are very specific to specific things. So magnesium that you want in general, especially if you're looking for muscles, a really good one is magnesium glycinate. Another good one is magnesium taurate. So magnesium taurate, glycinate, two great ones. I also use a magnesium chloride, which is in a liquid form from concentrated seawater. And I just really like the liquid option because I put it in my water bottle and I'm drinking it throughout the day. But in terms of if you're taking it in capsules and you're looking for absorbability, you want that magnesium glycinate or that magnesium taurate. Those are going to be two really good options. A lot of times you'll find them blended together like the brand Xymogen, Xymogen, they make really good magnesium. They have an OptiMag 125, and that is a blend of magnesium glycinate and taurate together. And you would take about like 4 capsules a day, one capsule being about 100 milligrams to reach that 400 milligram mark. Also with minerals, I really recommend spreading out your doses. So maybe you do like 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening, just because you'll get better absorption. And then magnesiums to watch out for: magnesium oxide or magnesium citrate. Now, these have a laxative effect. So if you are wanting a laxative effect, if you're having trouble with constipation, you can certainly use those, and that can really help in those instances. But if you're just looking for magnesium to, for your muscles and for calm, and you want good absorption, of course, then don't get that magnesium oxide or that magnesium citrate. So when you're looking at those magnesium supplements, you really want to read the label, make sure you're using the right type of magnesium and that you're getting enough, because a lot of well-meaning people will go out and they'll buy magnesium and they'll take like 1 capsule a day. It's probably not enough if you're really depleted. So for me personally, I would say I'd be looking at getting at least 400. I mean, that's the daily recommended amount. Sometimes I go over that, kind of see what you need, see what feels right for you. But at least 400 milligrams of magnesium per day. And that is when it's a therapeutic enough dose to be a game changer. That's when you can actually start feeling those differences. Because that's another thing I tend to find is that a lot of times people will be taking something that's good, but they're taking such a small amount that it's not really affecting a change, especially if they're in the state of depletion and deficiency. So sometimes we gotta, take therapeutic enough doses to actually replete those levels so that you can feel the benefits. So for me, I found when I was taking magnesium in the beginning, my body was just craving it all the time because I was so depleted. And now I've gotten to a point where it's pretty stable, I feel pretty good with that like 400 milligram per day amount. So those are my top 4 supplements that for a good workout to build that muscle, get toned, I really can't live without. So your protein, your creatine monohydrate, your electrolytes, and your magnesium. So if you're in the gym, you're looking to build muscle, you're looking to increase your performance, you're looking to get toned, check those out. Those are tried and true for me. They have made all the difference in my performance. I just wanted to share that with you. And speaking of sharing, if these podcast episodes are helpful, please like and share them with other women in your life who can benefit from this too. And I will see you on the next episode. Thanks for tuning in.